damn, they are laying it on thick, and I love it here. Oh, hi, Mark. Mark with Kardavox Academy here. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, here on Kardavox Academy, we break down music and we listen to vocalists, metal vocalists, predominantly of all genres and types, and we talk about their technique. I try to take this reaction video format and make it as fresh and interesting and educational for you as possible, to bring you some value. So that's the main thing that this video is going to be. I'm excited to talk about Holy Roller by Spiritbox because I love Spiritbox. I've done one other video on Courtney's vocals so far. This one's going to be fun. She does a lot of singing and screaming, so I'm anticipating that. Now, if you like this level of analysis and you want analysis on your own vocals, there are a couple things to consider. Number one, I do give lessons, a lot of lessons, outside of this channel. I've been doing vocals for about 10 years. I'm in 3 bands, Kardashev, Viremia, and Neverbreath. So I've been doing vocals for a very long time, been helping a lot of people, and I love helping people find their scream and find their voice. We also have 2 other avenues, one of which is Patreon. We just recently opened up a Patreon where there is exclusive content only available to patrons about how to be, how to be a better vocalist, even outside of just making the scream. And then last but not least, you can always find me on Wizio, which is a platform for me to give you feedback on your vocals specifically. Some of the things I've helped people with have been a lot of fun. Reach out to me, send me clips of your voice. I give you a personalized video where I give you exercises, tips, tricks, and feedback to help you grow into your own voice as strong as you possibly can. So let's go ahead and get into it. So one thing I'm noticing is this video looks like it's going to have a lot of vibes. Give me a second. Let's get some of our own vibes going here. A little bit of incense. This is sage, people. Don't freak out. Smells delicious. All right, let's do this. That riff is dope. That's Courtney. Got some Midsummer vibes. All right, so I want to talk about a couple things. First of all, Spiritbox has always been good at bringing the heavy, right? Like they know how to do it, but damn, they are laying it on thick, and I love it here. Haven't heard any singing from Courtney yet. We may still. If we do, we'll talk about it. But I feel like she's dropping lower than maybe she normally does. Possible. She's building her distortion. There are a lot of ways you can approach this type of scream, but one way that I started, and I help a lot of my students start, is finding a high placement. So like that, and then you can open. I don't know the lyrics to this song, but kind of the pattern. Like you can kind of do it there. Looks like the audio clipped, so let me move back a little bit. Right here. Like you can build there, and it's super easy. Like if you looked, I was relaxed. It's about learning how to engage the soft palate, the back of the throat, and use the breath, right, to narrow that airstream so that actually we can create this distortion. Look, if I just go, ha, 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 yeah, supporting both of those sounds the same way. But let's keep going because this song is sick. That was awesome. We have a lot to talk about with this video, but it was short, so I didn't want to pause it. You know, sometimes on some of the longer songs, I'll pause them. To jump in and out and give some feedback, but I didn't want to do that because the song's so short. I also bit some incense. I did that for a Never Breath video recently. And so I thought it would be appropriate here. That's where I got that crazy idea. I do not suggest it. But anyway, let's talk about what's going on in this song. First of all, I love the video. When she first started screaming and her mouth doesn't match it, that's always kind of like one of my pet peeves in music videos. You know, when the vocalist is saying like, but their face is like. However, I quickly understood what they were trying to do. There's the contrast. There's like the light version and the dark version, and I really like that a lot. So I actually totally support it. I think it works for this video really well. But let's get into what we're all here for, which is a little bit of the vocal breakdown, right? One thing that she does that I like quite well is that she moves in and out of clean voicing and distortion. We didn't get any clean singing in this song, so not a whole lot to talk about there. But like when she said certain ones, I heard the word oblivion in there. So she'll say, oblivion. You hear how I'm kind of like, yeah. I've got that like kind of whine at the beginning. That takes a lot of coordination, kind of going from that vocal fold closure to relaxing them a little bit, depending on how you want to go about this scream, right? You can make sounds like this or similar to this in many different ways. But depending on how you want to go about it, and that's one of my favorite things to do as well, especially on my lows, right? Certainly not unique to me or to her, but one of my favorite techniques, and that's a lot of coordination, right? That's basically learning how to go from one mindset to another. And one thing that Courtney's really strong on in the way that she's able to do this is she has really good placement, right? So when we do these screams, any screams really, but when we're doing screams like this specifically, we want to have them placed. We want to think about screaming like into our face, into the front of our face, not down in our throat. And that's a lot of work that I do with a lot of my students, is teaching them to tilt the resonance forward, because a lot of the times students will come and they're like, oh yeah, I can do like these screams and they're pretty cool, but like my throat hurts after like 5 minutes. And it's because when they scream, they're screaming from their throat. And they've got a lot of that tension here. Like, listen to a low from my throat, and then listen to a low properly placed, and you're going to hear the difference. So the first one is from my throat. Pinched, tight, not very good. Now all I'm going to do is tilt the resonance forward. You hear how it's the same sound, just one's more full, one more is developed. I'm not going to do that with this type of vocal because it would be very difficult to feel very uncomfortable with. But with this same scream, yay, yay, that's how I would approach it anyway. I would start with like my tight distortion that I use for like some of my more black metal-y type stuff. Yay, 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 ay. And then I would open it up, right? So it has a little bit more of this sound. Yay, 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 yay. Now, obviously, my voice is lower than her because that's just what it is. But that's the way I would approach it. And learning how to place the voice properly is also what allows her to go from, her screaming voice into her singing voice. That's a lot. That's difficult for a lot of people as well, because we're switching modalities, right? Like, yes, we're using our voice for both things, but what we're doing is we are sort of changing mindsets, right? So if we're going like, I wish I knew the lyrics to this, but yay, 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 holy roller, like making that switch, yay, 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 like doing the back and forth. It's going to be very difficult if you don't know how to put it in the front of the face. One of my favorite ways to do that, and it's tried and true, it's nothing unique to me, but it's great, is just humming, right? Learning how to hum, and keeping that feeling, that buzz in the front of the face. Then you take that buzz and you maintain it in your screams, so whichever scream you're doing, yay! Right? Whatever you're doing, you tilt it forward, put it in the front of the face, and there you go. So that's kind of what I get from her. She is so good at placing her resonance. She is so good at monitoring her placement. Fantastic. Short song, so a little bit of a shorter video today. I super enjoyed that song. Holy Roller's dope. Like, that might be one of their heavier songs that I've heard in a while, and I am super into it. Great vocal technique, great sound, and I appreciate you all watching it with me. Again, if you like the video, if you like the content, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Let's grow. Let's reach more people. Also, there is a Patreon where you can get exclusive content and live 20-minute sessions with me in Skype or Discord or Google Hangouts. And you can also reach out to me via Wizio for feedback on how to build your voice and to maximize its potential, all while staying as safe as possible. So as always, many thanks, much love, I'm out.